What's up guys, and welcome back to WBC Builds, and welcome to another one of these weekly build challenges. Now if you're new to this, or if you're having another go after taking a week off, the idea of the game here is each week I show you guys a real life image. It could be a scene, it could be just a building, and I ask you guys to recreate it. Now once you've recreated it, you head on over to our Discord, the link is down below, and you post it in the share your build section with the tagline, I was challenged to build this, so we can have a look back throughout the week and see which ones were the best. Now each week I share the top 3 at the end of these videos, so make sure you stick around to the end to see last week's ones. Now without further ado, here is this week's challenge. The idea here is you build this scene. So you can see here there are at least 3 buildings sitting on this corner. This is Carlisle Street in the Soho area of London. There's a link down below in the description for more information on that, including a link to the Google Maps for it. Now the idea is you build as many buildings from this area as you want, but at least the 3. So I'm going to show you guys now how I've done that with my little time lapse. So let's jump on over and have a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to start off here with the corner building. Now this is just your typical London pub, and these buildings can be seen across the entirety of the city. Now around the base for the shop front, I've gone for using some walls with the windows offset behind, and then some slabs on top of some more walls to give it a nice sort of window sill. Putting in the awning there and moving on up to the upper story. As you can see in the image, the building has this nice creamy brick effect to it. I'm using oak planks here to give the same effect, and above the oak planks and also the windows I've gone for some stripped jungle wood to give you a nice sort of lintel above there, mixing in some stripped oak as well to give it a bit more of a worn look, and also including those flowers in there for a bit of life. Now moving on up to the roof, I'm going to go for some nice black stone to match sort of a nice tiled effect up here, and we've got the big dormers out there using iron trapdoors, and I've gone for a chimney without anvils this time. I know, what am I doing? So I'm going to come around to the side here and carry on building a second house. To break it up a little bit, I've gone for making it 3 stories high rather than, well, 4 stories high rather than the 2 stories above on top of the pub there, and this just helps give a bit more height to your town. Georgian townhouses are great, but they do all look a bit samey when placed next to each other, so change the height of them, change something about them just to help break it up a little bit. Moving on now to the third building, we have another shop. Going to go for a nice green frontage down the bottom there with some dark oak framing, and up here we've gone for some grey sort of bricks, because you can see in the image it is a darker brick on there. Now I've gone for acacia wood for this. There isn't any grey bricks in the game just yet, and I've framed those windows with some trapdoors and also some jungle planks there to give it a bit more detail. Moving on to the third and final building here along this street, I'm going to be using jungle planks for the main roof here, and carrying on all the way up and putting some acacia logs that have been stripped on top of those windows to give it a nice lintel effect. And there we go, that is the whole street done for now. I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with on your own. Remember, you can include as many buildings as you like for this one. I really want to see how far you go with it, because this area is great for inspiration. Now for me, I built this in my server again. This is in the city of Whiteburg, and one day I'll be building more and more of these throughout the town, because this is one of my favourite styles, these London townhouses. So we're going to have a look at what people did last week. So last week was a really nice Victorian villa. It was really hard to recreate because all there was just one image from the Reba website, and people did a great job with it. So let's have a look at the 3 that I thought were the best. Okay, so for last week's build, the top 3 are Jake Tracy. He did a really nice one. Lots of detail in there, slightly larger scale I think by looking at the pictures, but you've nailed the actual image. Then we have Laurie, so you were actually in the first one as well, and I think yours was great. Again, slightly larger scale, but you really got all of the details, especially above the main sort of central bay. Really nice, and the greenhouse was good on that one. And then for number 1, we have Krista, who has just been building some amazing stuff anyway, so I thought it was really worth sharing this. There's a lot of detail in this one, and I like the way you've located it in a town as well. I think that looks really, really good. So guys, thank you all for watching, and be sure to take part in this week's one. I really want to see how far you take it. Now remember, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you next time.